Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine, fit, and healthy, and studying hard at home. I know this is difficult time, but don't worry. This phase will go soon, and we will be back at our school. In the last tutorial, we discussed about database server. So database server are the dedicated computers which hold the actual databases and run only the DBMS and related softwares. Next, we discussed about flat file and relational database. As flat file database store data in single file or single table, but in case of relational database, we can store data or information in multiple tables, and then we can create relationship between those tables to retrieve or update or modify the data into the database, which is not possible in case of flat file database. Next, we discuss about parts of a database, which is very simple topic. Under parts of database, we discussed about table, which is a combination of rows and columns. Then further, we discussed about record, that is row, which is also known as tuple. A complete set of information is known as record. If we say name, Rahul, age, 47, address, for example, Amritsar. So this complete set of information is known as record. Then further, next part is column, which is also known as a field, which will store a similar type of information. If we are using a column or a field name, then it will only store the name of the person. If we use the field roll number, then definitely this will only store the roll number of the person. Afterwards, we discussed about primary key and foreign key. So primary key, yes, it is used to uniquely identify the record, and it is mandatory to have at least one primary key. Sorry, it must have a primary key, and it can have only one primary key in your table. So, and next, foreign key, as we said, that we can create the relationship between the tables in the database in case of relational database. So foreign key is used to create that relationship between the tables. As in case of primary key, we must have only we must have one primary key in case of database table. So but in case of foreign key, we can have multiple foreign keys. Next is null value. Null value, it represents a value of an attribute that may correspond to missing information or some unknown information. So if we say that the height of a person is null, it means that such a person exists. He does have a height, but we do not know what the height is at the time data was collected. Therefore, we mark it as null. So null is never equal to 0. Always, sometimes this question is being asked in the exam that is null value equal to 0? No, null is never equal to 0. It is a legal empty value. Today we will discuss about candidate key, compound key, composite key, and alternate key. Candidate key. As you can see a table here, I have not mentioned here name of the table. You can consider the name of table student, detail or student, where we have some fields: student ID, roll number, first name, last name, and email. Now, as you are aware now, the concept of primary key as the field which does not have a unique, it does not have a duplicate value, or which does not have a null value, and which does not contain some duplicate value, so we can choose them as a primary key. So here student ID, roll number, and email, these three are qualified to be a primary key. Why? Because student ID, if we take, it cannot be same, it will be unique for all the students. Roll number, if within a class we are talking, then yes, roll number will also be a unique value. Email, you cannot have same email, so it will also be considered as a primary key. So what is candidate key? Candidate key is a field or column in a database which is qualified to be a primary key. Now in this table, student ID, roll number, and email, three of them are qualifying to be a primary key. So these three are the candidate keys. But as in the as per the rules, we know that they can have only one primary key in a table. So one of them we will choose primary key. So for example, if I choose student ID as a primary key, so next rest of the keys are the candidate keys, which will be known as alternate key. Let's know more about alternate key. So as you have seen the table, now here is another table: ID, roll number, email. Like instead of student ID, here I have taken ID. Now these three fields now are qualifying to be a primary key. So ID is the primary key I have been chosen, and roll number and email will be the alternate key. So an alternate key is a key that can be work as a primary key. Basically, it is a candidate key that currently is not a primary key. So ID, roll number and email, three are qualifying to be a primary key, but we have chosen ID as a primary key. So that's why roll number and email, which are the candidate keys, now they are known as alternate keys. Next, composite and compound key. Sometimes what happens that as you in a relational database, you're using multiple tables, and sometimes what happens that in some of the tables there is not even a single field which can be chosen as a primary key. If we see this table, then order ID we see, then if we will not check the values, then we will say that this order ID or product ID can be chosen as a primary key. But if we see the values of order ID, there is duplicate value in order ID. Similarly, product ID, there is again duplicate value in product ID. Name and quantity we cannot choose as a primary key because if we see the number of chances to have duplicate value in these fields, it is more. Now, order ID cannot be a primary key, product ID cannot be a primary key. So what to do? What is the solution for that? Now, first of all, the order ID and product ID cannot be chosen as a primary key. But what we can do, we can use the combination of these two columns to make a primary key or to create the primary key. So this will be known as a compound key. So when there is no column that can act as a primary key, and if we choose the combination of columns to create the key, now it will be known as a compound key. Now what is composite key? Now when with the combination of order ID and product ID, a key will be created. Now this will be the unique key which will identify the record uniquely. Now this key will be called as a composite key. Now, so compound key of order ID and product ID could be used because this is unique for each record. This is unique for each record means the combination of values in these two fields will be unique for each record. Now there are few questions which you are supposed to write down on your notebooks, and as these pictures of some of the tables are given here, so you have to identify each primary key, foreign key, candidate key, alternate key and composite key if any. Now there are few questions which you are supposed to write down on your notebooks, and as these pictures of some of the tables are given here, so you have to identify each primary key, foreign key, candidate key, alternate key and composite key if any. This table you have to point the primary key and foreign key for these tables. I hope you have understood the topic keys in database. So today we learned about candidate key, composite key, compound key and alternate key. All those questions which have been given in this video, you are supposed to do all the questions in your notebook and make sure to complete them. It will help you to do practicals whenever I will show you some videos for the practical topics. Thank you. Have a nice day.